2014 champion and number 2 seed here, Gary Anderson, and the ever-popular man from down under, Simon Whitlock. Here's John McDonald.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the action that comes to you live from Butlins, Minehead. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Professional Darts Corporation proudly presents the second round action of the Ladbrokes Players Championship Finals. Coming to you live on ITV Sport as we welcome the millions of viewers joining us around the world. It's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wizard, Simon Whitlock, and the Flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson!
Oh, these two have had plenty of battles over the years, and John Rawling and Alan Warren a little. Very much looking forward to this one.
They certainly have had some battles over the years. This, in competitive matches, will be the 40th time that they've faced each other. A remarkably level record between them it is as well. Gary Anderson there, living down in this part of the world at Burnham-on-Sea, just up the coast. Came through against Alan Tabern in the last round, a winner of 8 tournaments this year. And Simon Whitlock, watched by his young son Mason, who's staying with him at the moment. World ranked number 8 and had a victory against Kyle Anderson. Had some jitters, he was well ahead of Anderson and had a bit of a wobble as the finishing line approached, but managed to get through there. Yeah, they've played all these times over the years, Alan, and Gary Anderson 22-17, and a couple of times they've played each other this year, of course, was in the Premier League, 1 apiece, and last time they played each other it was Simon who came through as the 7-5 winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Gary to throw first.
Stage with darting quality in abundance with these two players. Titles galore. Averages at the high end
58
of the spectrum.
Gary played beautifully yesterday and averaging over 107 against Alan Tabern, and that was with one particular bad leg. I mean, had he played consistently right the way through, Alan, it'd have been somewhere up 109, 110, I would have thought.
That's right. Three of the 6 legs he won were 11 darts.
59.
Yeah,
incredible, really.
He was in great form. A lovely moment when we got to, I apologise if this has been mentioned on air before, but we had a lovely moment. I was walking in earlier on with Simon Whitlock, and we got to security round the back, and Simon Whitlock, arguably the most instantly recognisable man in darts, and nobody else looking quite like him. He gets up to security and he says, he goes to sort of go through and said, you know, sort of, morning, mate. And the guy says, who are you? And he said, I'm Simon. And he said, Simon who? Oh, Simon Whitlock, mate. And then he says, well, yeah, and? He said, hey, I'm the Wizard. He said, you don't think I dress like this for fun, do you?
161.
Anyway, needless to say, there he is, so he got in.
But accent was wonderful, Mr. Rawling.
There was a lot of mates.
I'll take you to walkabout this evening for a swift one.
Is there one in Minehead?
I don't think so, to be honest. We may have to travel.
Have to wind up in Exeter or something.
140.
You can drive.
Simon, you require 102.
So 102. That's some idiosyncratic ways of going for checks out. Oh, good dart. Double top.
82.
Ooh, unlucky. Conventional route. Unusual for Simon. Tops for Anderson.
24.
Well, it's a sticky start for Gary.
20.
And the break is on. Simon Whitlock now. Double 10. Attention, oohs and ahs. And he's
Ooh.
missed.
No score.
You can see from that angle there, he just needed to get to the left-hand side to go in off the dart. But Anderson steps in.
Second leg, it's Simon to throw first. Game on.
Televised wins this year, Gary Anderson. Match play up in Blackpool, Champions League, UK Open.
60.
The US Masters tournament in Las Vegas. UK Open on this stage. The Beast from the East tournament back in March, throwing darts like that.
Yes, well renowned for being one of the big 180 scorers in the professional game.
100.
We got a couple of legs with 6 perfect darts yesterday against Alan Taban, and was looking as though he was set for a 9-darter. Didn't quite work out, and he was a bit frustrated afterwards. I had a word with him, and he really was disappointed. He felt he was playing so well, he thought he was going to get one up there.
Yes, he was very confident, wasn't he? In control of his match. That's important. Almost at that concentration level that can't be changed and relaxed at the same time.
Simon Whitlock got to the final of the European Championship this year. Lost there to James Wade, of course, the tournament we watched
171
in ITV4. Got to a couple of European Tour finals as well. Now then, tops for 160.
Yeah,
oh, how about that?
Second leg, Gary Anderson.
A nod of approval from the Australian. Well, they're both a bit jittery in the first leg on the double, but they weren't there. A 160.
140.
Well, you certainly won't see Simon Whitlock roaring into anybody's face. And he was very appreciative of a tremendously high-quality checkout.
140.
That's not a bad way from Whitlock to start.
Yeah, slow in the first leg, but it's certainly hotting up pretty quickly here.
55.
Both players with a big score, 180 from Anderson, a 171 in that last leg, and then concluded the leg from Anderson with a 160. Lovely to see.
'82.
Anderson would have been the gambling favourite to win this one. Second favourite behind Michael van Gerwen overall to take the tournament title. Title that he won
83.
in 2014. If you remember, it was the win which really gave him lift-off, springboard towards his first world title at the Ali Pali. With darts like this.
180.
Yes, he seems to be pretty focused in.
Close-up you got there briefly. The young lad watching on was Mason Whitlock, Simon's lad.
44.
Yes, and even he can only stand back and admire this show from Gary Anderson.
Gary Anderson. One-legged Simon.
Whitlock's going to have to get in this pretty rapidly, or he's going to be on the wrong end of a pasting.
Yeah, he's got to win this leg. He has to.
140.
On throw. Good start.
'91.
Simon, who celebrates his 50th birthday in March. He's been at the top of our sport for a long time.
140.
Yes, and as you say, a very instantly recognisable character, apart from security.
Everybody apart from that gate man, who was doing his job. Fair to say. I mean, he was only doing what he was, paid to do. He's standing out there in the rain, and I don't suppose he's doing it for fun.
Yeah, the strange thing is, though, he didn't ask Nick bolting. He just walked straight through.
Another ton 81, walked straight in.
There we go.
140. Simon Uruguay 41.
41 then for Simon Whitlock. Double 16. And that's his first leg. That'll settle him down into the match.
The leg is carried it through first.
Well, it certainly will. Fabulous leg, really, from Simon Whitlock when he was really under pressure there. He really couldn't afford to lose that leg. So a big leg here, as there so often is in the last leg before the break.
Danny Noppert against Mervyn King is the match on board 2.
91.
And at early stages there, but it's one leg apiece.
Loads of room there for Gary.
108.
Third 180 already. His average rocketing upwards towards 108. Simon Whitlock's not throwing shabby darts, I might tell you. He's averaging over 104.
Yeah, it's a fabulous game, it really is. Sometimes expect this quality all the time when you see two players of this calibre toe-to-toe.
Looks like a different sport, different match to the last one, doesn't it? Which had its sort of soporific qualities, didn't it? It wasn't one of the best.
Well, a strange one as well when we saw Ian White last night, 111 average. This afternoon, that average dipped 30 points less than it did last night. That's why he's lost to Brendan Dolan. Incredible
45.
change, really.
.224, long way back. Anderson poised for a 13-darter.
140.
Keeps a little bit of pressure on. Tops then for Gary.
40.
Break at the end of this leg, and he's done it nicely.
Gary
Good hold of throw. Anderson firmly in control. And Simon Whitlock a little bit on the receiving end from the Flying Scotsman, who leaves the stage with the score. Anderson 4, Whitlock 1. Anderson for this sort of finishing. 160, put him 2-0 up, and all Simon Whitlock could do was nod his head in acknowledgement of quite brilliant darts. Crowd loving Gary Anderson's progress, and he looks as though he's come here absolutely on the money. And old Ugly there, who's one of Simon Whitlock's mates.
Did he get past security?
Well, he's obviously got in okay. I suspect he's probably got a ticket. You can't blag it down here before everybody listening in thinks, oh, I can turn up looking like the wizard and just walk in. Or not, as the case may be.
100.
Okay, next couple of legs. Very crucial for lots of different reasons. Certainly this one, from Simon Whitlock's point of view,
97.
gather his thoughts in the back room. He knows he hasn't played particularly bad. He's playing pretty well, but Anderson's just been in supreme form.
Yeah, he looks as though he's turned up in Minehead. Often plays well down here, doesn't he? As indeed does Michael van Gerwen. The pair of them both have turned up here looking as though they're in good form, and we've got Michael van Gerwen in action next, and he'll be watching on somewhere here as Gary Anderson already in only the 6th leg picks up his 4th maximum.
Yes, incredible scoring power from the Scot. One of the best in the business.
And looking to add
100.
Mervyn King, 2-all with Danny Noppert on board 2.
King just taken that leg for a 3-2 lead. So still a close match there. We've had some cracking games this afternoon.
Well, 124. Can he put this away for a 12-darter?
I was checking the score.
Treble 8 would leave tops.
Yeah, he's just looking at the scores there, because Simon Whitlock's not on a finish.
92.
That's the reason he just spotted a little bit of momentum there. Just wanted to do the setup.
Another break of throw. He's pretty much home and hosed, I think, if this one goes in. Double 16. Double 8. Oh, got a game now. Double 4. Oh, well, I think he's probably just about that. Gary Anderson goes 5-1 up. Mind having said that, Gerwyn Price probably thought that last night.
Well, yes. When you're playing so well and continue that throughout the match and still can't have a winning dart at the double, as Anderson hits yet another maximum. He's on fire!
Well, he averaged over 107 in beating Alan Tabern. Good response from the Wizard. He's averaging 107.86 today, which is pretty much replicating what he did yesterday. And you've got the disappointment there. He was viewing that 9-darter.
Yeah, it certainly was. You can see, despite leading 5-1, averaging 109, he's so determined.
44.
He's still got that look on his face. He wants to clinically kill this match and move on to the next one.
That's a loose dart. He's got a single 3 there. Oh, that's a great dart.
77.
What a recovery. Whitlock way back.
Yes, it's not as if he's played badly
No, it's
either,
not.
is it?
Gary
He's not been given that many opportunities.
No, Gary Anderson has thrown really well here so far. 4 to leave tops.
84.
That would have been a 12 darter to win the leg.
There's nothing Simon can do on this visit. So it's all there for Gary. He's had one opportunity.
20.
He's now got 3 more in his hand.
Marker. In we go. And Anderson,
Gary
easiest
Anderson.
of movements through into the next round. And his passage is safely negotiated and he wins 6-1. Well played, Gary Anderson indeed, averaging over 105 and throwing some really very high class darts.